Hi everybody, welcome to the Thursday recording of the meditation circle that we run every Thursday at the Anglican Church. We are delighted, Philip and I, who are here, to share this moment with you. And like all of you are figuring out with a creative combo of technology and new platforms how to keep our intentional community going. So thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. If you feel that this is a video that can help others, please share it. And let's get started. So I'm not really sure that talking about the COVID-19 today, right now, which is pretty much all that is on anybody's mind, is helpful or useful. Maybe this is a free zone that allows us to create space for everything else that's happening at the same time. We are hardwired to create narratives when our back brain is solicited by danger or the fear of danger, which is perceived in pretty much the same way. There is a neurochemical chain reaction that is set off, and it is so quick that we don't see it coming. The hypothalamus gets triggered, which in turn triggers the pituitary gland, the master gland, which then ricochets off of the adrenal glands. And this tag team starts to release neurochemicals in the body that kind of take over a chemical manual control of our body. They will change how we function. They will change how we think. They will change our physiological reactions. And when that program is triggered, it's really difficult to stop. It's really difficult to intervene. The levels of certain neurochemicals like cortisol can be measured, and in times of stress, they spike up. And these are natural responses. It's important that we have these stress responses. However, as cell biologists like Dr. Bruce Lipton will teach us, we can't live on stress hormones all the time. So even though we want to be able to have a reactive, a healthy and reactive toolbox, if we are riding our adrenal glands all the time, we're not going to make it through the marathon. So last night, if you are in France, there was an announcement that the confinement period will probably be delayed until the beginning of May. So we understand from that there is that this isn't a sprint, this is a marathon, and we're going to have to find ways of pacing ourselves in our day, in our breath, of taking little sips, little pauses of quiet, of calm, so that we can keep that tag team from triggering. One of the reasons that this is so important is because, as you know, our healthcare workers all around the planet have been mobilized and are being used to the extreme. And what we need to be able to do as a relatively healthy population is to stay healthy. So keeping the immune system healthy is really a priority. It's kind of I would say, a civic responsibility now. And it's becoming clear to us that we have a possibility of doing that. breathing regularly, consistently, is one of the most powerful ways of calming the mind. So today we're going to be working with that, and we're also going to be working with another tool that has proven to be really, really kind of the tool in the toolkit that survivors and those who manifested the highest levels of resilience in extremely trying circumstances all evoked, and that was gratitude. Gratitude brings us back to the presence. It gets us to open our eyes. It gets us to find ways of being grateful for what is around us and who is around us. Even if there are moments of frustration, irritability, panic, a feeling of entrapment that some of these days, either past or ahead, can bring up, we do have a way of stepping back in. And so I invite you to do that with me. So a healthy immune system is an immune system that's able to respond. And for the immune system to be able to respond, it's so important that we keep our vital organs oxygenated, that we keep blood circulating. So as we start to work with patterns, as we start to work with repetition, as we start to work in practice, these very simple things that we can go over tonight are going to be helpful in the days to come. You can share them with yourself, share them with your loved ones, but most of all, apply them. Tools are only useful when used. So, I'm happy to be with you all. I know that Philip is as well. So, welcome to the circle. Take a moment to find your seated position. You might be on the floor, on a meditation cushion like I am. You might be on a chair. Place your body in such manner that you feel comfortable resting. If you're on a chair, find your way into the feet, the knees, the hips, the sitting bones. If you are seated on the floor, find your way into the base of your legs, the sitting bones. And then place your hands on your lower belly. And just notice if that belly is moving. You can feel the belly softly moving in on the exhale and gently billowing out on the inhale. And I want you to see if you can move that breath up into the lungs as well. So that on the inhale, the lungs are filling and opening and stretching. And on the exhale, kind of like an accordion, pushing and evacuating old stale air back out. Feel your spine. Feel the head on top of the spine. And this is a little trick. You take your finger, place it right under the chin, and just drop down slightly so that you can open up the back of the neck and keep the brain vascularized. The shoulders are open, broad, and dropped. You can place one hand atop the other and lay them on your lap. Or you can take the hands, palms facing downward, and drop them on your legs. So when we are experiencing stress reactions, a lot of times we stop feeling and we stop breathing. So let's move back to some really, really basic, fundamental meditation instructions. As you breathe in, say to yourself, I know that I am breathing in. And as you breathe out, I know that I am breathing out. I know that I am breathing in. I know that I am breathing out. I know that I am breathing in. I know that I am breathing out. Let's continue with that same instruction. So I'm going to be quiet for the next minute or two, and I'm just going to ask you to keep repeating that to yourself. So you're tracking your in-breath and your out-breath. You can close your eyes as you do this. You can keep the eyes slightly open, the gaze dropped about 1 meter in front of you. As you just accompany yourself in this mindful breathing, I know that I am breathing in. I know that I am breathing out. Appreciate the fact that you can breathe in and that you can breathe out. Feeling your way up into the lungs, up into that expansion, and then watching as that breath is ushered out by that movement back to a neutral position. So on the inhale, there's a bit of muscular effort. You can feel it. And on the exhale, we're just letting things go. I know that I am breathing in. I know that I am breathing out. And then maybe shortening that phrase to be breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. As you breathe in and out, you're still aware of the surrounding ambient sounds. Maybe in this confinement period, the world as we know it has gotten quieter for you. Notice that quiet as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. If the mind feels agitated or a lot of thoughts come crowding in, come back to the breath. And just repeat your phrase. Breathing in. Breathing out. The second instruction, I know that I am feeling. That's actually the third instruction. Let me go back to the second. I know that I am breathing relatively fast or relatively slow. Notice how you're breathing right now. What does that experience of breathing in and breathing out teach you about your own breath rhythm? And really, we're just tagging back in. We're moving the cursor, tagging back in, really staying put. Maybe when you're moving around for the essential trips that you have to make, perhaps to work, perhaps to get gas or pharmacy or groceries. Maybe when you're walking your dog, or trying to get a little exercise. Does your breathing change? Do you feel that the breathing kind of speeds up? Or maybe even stops with that sensation of pending danger. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, and as you notice the rhythm of that breath, of your natural breath, do you see how it eventually comes into its own? So that you're not breathing in too fast or out too fast. And we're giving time to our physiological system to really work with its own natural oxygen delivery system. Trusting that the body knows how to breathe. And whether you're breathing relatively fast or relatively slow for you, you know that you're breathing. You know that you are breathing in, and you know that you are breathing out. And the pace, the speed at which you are doing it allows you to really appreciate each breath, not racing through it, not gasping to the next breath, but just staying in that quiet, soft rhythm. Oftentimes, under stress, we can become jumpy and hypersensitive. We can overreact. We can excessively react. But can you feel how, as you begin to move into your own natural breath rhythm, it's a very soothing, very inner language that life is speaking to you at every single breath. I know that I am breathing. I know that I am breathing in. I know that I am breathing out. I know if I am breathing relatively fast or relatively slow, because I know that I have a body and I can feel my body. I can feel my legs, my arms, I can feel my torso, my trunk, my head. If you can feel your body, you can also feel. And whatever it is that you may be feeling, whatever it is that you may be experiencing at any given moment, during this period of confinement and beyond, you are able to feel because you're alive. And this information, though it seems so basic, is what sends a signal to your brain that you are okay. That right now, right here, in this moment, you are safe. You can feel your body because your senses are active and alive. Our sensory connection to the world and to the body allows us to appreciate it. In confinement, you can really appreciate smelling the head of your children, or the skin of your husband or your wife. You can appreciate the smells coming out of the kitchen. Maybe you're smelling new things like lots of hand soap or alcohol. But you're able to smell because you're able to sense, and you're able to sense because you're able to feel, and you're able to feel because you have a body, and because you are breathing, and because you are alive. Know that to be so. For the next week, until the next time we meet in this meditation circle, I'm going to invite you to step up your gratitude game. Look for ways in the days to come until next week to express your gratitude. Not only to feel it, but to be able to express it. Expressing your gratitude to the people with whom you are in confinement helps make them feel seen and appreciated and safe.